Nacho a la derecha, Luka a la izquierda.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to London, welcome to Wembley, ahead of this Champions League final 2025. For today's press conference, we will have English, German and Spanish translation. When you ask a question, please raise your hand and introduce yourself with your name and the name of your organization. We will start over here, please.
Hola a todos, Victorio Calero en directo para.
Hi everyone.
Mi pregunta va para.
My question is for the three of you, for Luka, Nacho, and the coach. Ask for what we've lived in Valdebebas in the last few days. The team is extremely excited about this. Zero favoritism. You are zero self-confidence. What do you have to say about that? Yeah, we have the necessary time to prepare the game properly. I think that the team is really focused, really concentrated. The dressing room, of course. There is the necessary confidence to do our best, to get the best out of us. Obviously, we have that, because we need to have it in order to play the most important game of the season for us, with plenty of respect for our rival. And as we have said, they deserve to be in this final, and I wish everything goes according to our plan. Hi everyone. Maximum confidence in this team, eagerness, excitement, anticipation, willingness to play another final. We have maximum respect for our rival, but of course we have the necessary confidence. We've had it throughout the season, especially in this competition, which is so special for us. And like I said at the beginning, total confidence in our possibilities. Well, like my coach and Nacho said, we are very happy to be here, and we are extremely, we have a lot of confidence, a lot of calmness in order to face the biggest game of the season, and I hope we will play a good game, as we've done throughout the season. Throughout the year.
Buenas tardes, José Luis Sánchez para Juan de la Sexta. Una pregunta para Nacho y para Luka. ¿Os abruma la posibilidad de igualar mañana?
Are you overwhelmed by the possibility of matching Gento with 6 European Cups? Something that not many clubs don't even have. Have you thought about that? Well, it's difficult to many years ago it was really difficult to even think we were be able to match a legend like Gento, but we are on the brink of winning, on playing a final tomorrow and hopefully win it. And we will be in this group with such a narrow group with players who have so many Champions League. But first of all, we need to focus into the game and have confidence, the necessary confidence, in order to try and win it. Well, it was something unimaginable before that, even thinking that we could reach this moment, but we are here. And like I said before, we're very happy. We are enjoying this moment, and we hope that tomorrow we will take that extra step as a team and have 6 European Cups. That will be something impressive, having 6 trophies.
Buenas tardes, Javier Arrae de la cadena SER. Quería preguntarle cómo van esos nervios.
Coach, I wanted to ask you if you're nervous about the game tomorrow, and if Rodrigo's latest news talking about City have disturbed you in any way. Well, I'm happy. I'm very happy to be here. It's not my first time. I hope it's not the last. I think the pre-match of the last few days, I've had a good time. I've been really happy. Then I will be concerned about the game, but I'm very confident on my players and I know they're going to give it all on the pitch. Like Rodrigo is going to give it all tomorrow. He's a very important piece for us. He has been very important. He is, and he will be in the future. We have no doubt about that whatsoever.
Carlo aquí, a su izquierda Rubén Cañizares de ABC. Yo quería preguntarle por...
I wanted to ask you about this debate we've had in the last 3 weeks about the goalkeeper that has kept you busy. Thinking that Lunin has not trained with the group, with the team, with the squad for the whole week, and he's not even in London. Can you say that Courtois is going to be on goal tomorrow? Well, Lunin has had the flu. It didn't allow him to train or travel. He's going to travel tomorrow. He's going to be on the bench, of course, and yes, Courtois is going to be on goal tomorrow.
Hola, buenas tardes para los dos capitanes del Real Madrid.
For the two captains, today is not a day to talk about the future, but you are both in a similar situation. If you want to talk about the future, I will welcome your reply. But as for the game tomorrow, do you have a feeling, since you've been, for the last few seasons you've been here, do you have a feeling that this has been the quietest week, and everything around the team feels that they are favorites comparing to this rival? Well, the quietest week. What do you mean? What do you compare it with? I mean, if you compare it with the rest of the weeks of the season, has been the most uneasy because we're going to play a final. You know, we are more nervous now than any other week throughout the season. We are, we have confidence, but we are people, we are human beings, and we know we are very nervous. We know we're going to play a big final. It's a huge thing for the club. So maybe for you it may be quieter, but it's something very special for the players. Yes, I agree with Nacho. It hasn't been a quiet week at all. We are, everybody thinks we're favorites, but we don't really think that way. It's a 50-50 game. We are playing a big team that has played a magnificent season in the Champions League. And there's a lot of respect for Borussia, for everything they have, how they are as a team, and that's why we were very focused, with a lot of eagerness, of course. We trained really well, and we hope that everything we have done during training, we can prove it on the pitch.
Hola, sí, Mr. José Aguado de La Razón. Mañana cuando dé la charla,
tomorrow, when at the pre-match pep talk, would you rather be rational or emotional, Carlo? Well, the most important thing for me in this kind of games is to put in the player's head what they need to do on the pitch. The clearer I am, the less nervous my team is. So I really focus on the tactical aspects of the team. Emotions arrive. Everybody has to manage them individually, according to their own character. But of course, we will have, emotional. There will be emotions. There will be maybe a little bit of concern before the game, etc. But managing those emotions is an important thing about doing things well tomorrow, and same for concern. We are very confident because throughout the season, my team has proven two very important things. Quality, which is fantastic in every one of their cases, with another very important component, which is sacrifice for the team, the attitude, the collective attitude of my team. My team has been able to prove that throughout the season. Sacrifice plus quality are going to be the keys for tomorrow's game.
Edu Aguirre del Chiringuito. Es una pregunta para Nacho y para Luka.
Question for Nacho and Luka. A few days ago, your coach said to Pedro that in case if we started losing 1-0 against Borussia, he was still going to be concerned. Have we reached this point in which this team can be at the last minute, the latest minute, they can be losing and still keep that confidence? Well, we would like to start, we would prefer to start winning, to be honest. We also suffer on the pitch when we're losing, of course. Yeah, we don't think about that. We are just focused on playing a good game. We hope that the result will be favorable from the beginning, but we will have to compete that against a very strong rival, and I hope we can play a good game. Yeah, we would rather be, like ahead if possible, but we have proven many times during the year and in previous years that when things are not quite according to plan, we keep fighting and we keep maintaining that confidence, and we always find a way and to revert the situation and come back. And so we need to keep having that sort of mindset, that sort of mentality, and that sort of compromise, that kind of commitment and that kind of fighting spirit. But like I said, I hope we can get ahead in the game rather than start losing.
China. Carlo, this will be your 8th Champions League final, but first time at Wembley and first time for Real Madrid to play a Champions League final at Wembley. What is the special feeling of playing here?
Two reasons. The special feeling is, of course, always to play this kind of game, the most important game of the season. In football world, the Champions League, the final is the most important game. And to play here, Wembley is a really historical stadium, and so it will be excited too. So happy to be here, and I hope that our team can show his best.
Amin Kher from Sudan, working for Excel Sport and Rotten. The question first for Luka over here. You've lived in London, so you're playing kind of in home now. What does that mean to you, and how important is that? And question for you and for Carlo. Would you have any worries after what happened in the final of the Euros in 2021 here?
It's always nice to be here in London. It's such a great historic stadium, and like I said, nice to be here. Looking forward for the game, and that's it.
Para Nacho, para el capitán del Real Madrid, no sabemos lo que harás después de este partido.
We don't know, Nacho. We don't know what you're going to do after this game. It could be your last match as a Real Madrid player, but tomorrow, if Ancelotti says so, you're going to be in the first 11. What does it mean for you to play a Champions League final with Real Madrid? Well, it's very special. It's very emotional. I have a lot of anticipation. It's the best thing that can happen to a football player and a Real Madrid player, bearing in mind what this competition means to this club. And of course, to me, I'm really looking forward to the game tomorrow, and I hope everything goes according to our plans.
I want to ask Mr. Carlo. Hi, Mr. We have seen many times that your team shown a character in the last minutes, in the last dying seconds. Do you think it's a character of the team? Do you think it's a character of the club? How would you define this? And the second one, since I'm from Turkey, I want to ask you about Arda. Is there a chance you might have get some minutes tomorrow?
Well, really difficult to answer. It happened a lot of time. I think there is something special in this club. I think it will be important to be studied this, because it's not a case, not casualty. I think it's something special that depends from what I really don't know, but I think it can be the history, it can be the traditions, it can be the quality of the player, it can be the character, because it happened so many times that it's not casualties.
Artur Sharutyunyan, Fast Media Armenia. Mr. Ancelotti, as you mentioned, it's very important to keep learning because life and football change, and it's crucial to keep up to date. What is the main difference between Ancelotti today and 10 years ago?
I am 10 years older, but I still feel young. It's true. The first time that I was here, not here in the final, it was at Real Madrid, was 10 years ago, and in 10 years happened a lot of things. This kind of generation were able to do fantastic job in this club, and the players that were here 10 years ago, they are still here, and so. Thanks to this player that this club were able in this year to reach something, really something unbelievable to think.
Hola, mister. Soy qui. Carlo Landoni, Mediaset Italia. Y voy a preguntar, la Champions por unos equipos es una posibilidad, por otros es histórico.
The Champions League is a possibility. For some clubs are historic. For some teams it's an obsession. Is it an obligation for Real Madrid? Or is the Champions League going to change the perception of the season you've played so far, depending on what happens? No, it's not an obsession for us. Our obsession is to try to compete, to try to give our maximum as we've done throughout the season, as we did last season. Sometimes things don't happen the way you would like them to. Obviously, winning the Champions League is something very, very important. And I think that we can already say that this team's season has been really successful, no matter what happens tomorrow. But we can say we've had a successful season.
Question for the coach and for the players. Real Madrid is having a very good, stable season, but if we go to the start of the season, you lost Karim Benzema in the summer and squad became younger. Then you had some important injuries during the season. What's the secret of that kind of level of football?
Luka.
No, para ti. Tú vas a decir.
¿Quieres hablar tú? No, as I said, the attitude of the spirit. I think that the difficulties that we had during the season was an opportunity for the player to show good attitude, focus, concentration on the game. I think we take this problem as an opportunity to be better.
Hey, last question here, please.
Hola, me gustaría para los tres, Lola Hernández, Fox por México.
For the three of you, Dani Carvajal said the other day that when the Champions League anthem sounds, Real Madrid infuses their rivals with terror. What do you think about that? And how are you going to feel when you hear the Champions League anthem tomorrow?
Well,
I think everyone that likes football knows that Real Madrid is a special team in this competition. We haven't invented that. When the Champions League anthem sounds, we feel like a special feeling. We feel something special. We have so many of these trophies, but it's also a big responsibility. We're playing a final tomorrow, and we need to play equally well as we did in the last few years. We are really eager, but we have a lot of responsibility in that respect as well.
Una final es una final. Una final de Champions.
A final is a final. A Champions League final is the most important game and the most dangerous one, of course. It's a double-edged sword. We need to enjoy it to the maximum, the fact of being here, and we're going to try to enjoy it. And then concern starts that it could go wrong because we are so close to the most important thing in football, which is winning a Champions League. And of course, there is a fear, like a certain concerns out of that. It's a feeling that we all have inside, and it's like that. We have enormous happiness about being here because it's extremely complicated to play a final like this. But things you have to, but you have to be a little bit lucky, play very well in every team, never lower your guards. But when you reach a final, the success is so close that you start worrying. Concern starts. It's going to start tonight. It's going to start tomorrow morning. It's going to be tomorrow afternoon. A lot of concerns and a lot of fear. It's normal. So if you have more fear, you will be happier if you're able to win in the end.
Okay, thank you very much. Open training session starts at 17:15.